Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for checking out this video. As always, if you like what you hear and want to see more, be sure you subscribe and like. Well, I've seen a lot of things and I've had a lot of people ask me questions about low bookings. And it seems that many people are seeing less bookings now than they did during the summer when all of the children were home and taking classes. And now that we have a big population of kids heading back to school in the building, and we have another population of kids who are taking virtual learning who may or may not want to then do more online classes. So we're seeing definitely less bookings, most of us are. There's also an increase in teachers, and it's just kind of one of those things. So what do you do? And I have 5 tips that will help us through it. I don't think anyone really has the crystal ball and has all the answers for how to get fully booked all the time. And if you do, leave a comment below. Share with the rest of us. But here are my 5 tips. I hope that at least one of them will work for you. Tip number 1, keep your chin up. It would be so easy, especially those of you who made buku at Mountain Bucks over the summer and are seeing less, to get down on yourself. It's the way of the world. One thing that we all have learned since March is this is a very unusual year. We just have to expect the unexpected and be okay with change and be okay with disappointment. Easier said than done, I totally get it. But keep your chin up. Number 2, check to see what you can add to your titles for your classes and the summaries. Those 2 sections are where the parents can search for your class. So example, if they search for kindergarten math, only the classes that have kindergarten math in the title and or the summary will show up. If you have KDGN period, for example, the abbreviation for kindergarten, and not the word kindergarten, you will not be part of that search. If you have thinking critically and they're looking up critical thinking, you will not show up. So play with that. See how much you can cram into those 2 sections, the title and the summary. You still want to be engaging. You still want to be attracting and exciting. And after someone reads your title and summary, they want to join your class. But also fill it with as many words that parents might use to search so that your classes come up. It certainly can't hurt. Number 3, take a look at your thumbnails. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people, especially on YouTube, saying brand yourself. Put your picture with your thumbnail. Make sure your picture is on every single thumbnail. I've also seen on some Facebook groups for Outschool parents that some parents don't like that. So it's kind of one of those things where do what works for you. You're not going to win every student on Outschool to your classes. You're going to attract who you're going to attract. And so be you. If the pictures you have are working, don't change it. Don't change what's not broken. If you think, hey, maybe I could just change and create my own picture or a set of pictures together, I could create this. See what works. If you're not getting good bookings now, what could be possibly worse? So experiment. Try it with your face. Take a picture, put it on all of your thumbnails. You can use Canva for that or other photo services. Or not. Experiment and see what you can do with your thumbnails. See what attracts. I know when I switched my thumbnails, I don't know, a month ago or so, I still had the same thumbnails I had when I first started, and I wasn't really happy with them. And I switched some around, and I did get some more bookings. I have no idea if that had anything to do with the thumbnails, but hey, it's worth a shot. And it's something to do while you're not teaching. Tip number 4, take a look at your schedule. What can you do? What can you do to be proactive? Can you add more sections? Are there more times in your day you could teach to try to get more learners in at different times? Can you create more classes? If you have a class that's working, could you create a part 2? Or could you take that theme of a one-time class and create an ongoing class? I'm trying this right now, and I'm just in the beginning stages, and it's slowly being successful, but I'm still learning on that one. But experiment. If you have a multi-day class, see if you can create it into a flex class. See what you can do. If you have an idea that you're like, I'm not sure if this is going to work for a one-time class. If you're not getting bookings, you've got the time to try it out. What's the worst that can happen? You create a good class and no one shows up. Okay. Or you create a good class and it could blow up with learners. So give it a try. It's worth it to experiment. And tip number 5, keep being the best you that you can be in your classes. Be genuine. Be enthusiastic to see the learners. Get to know them. Even if it's a short 30-minute time, allow some social interaction where they are able to get to know you and get to know each other while still participating in your class. Reach out to the parents. Be you authentically. You are a good teacher. You are going to attract those learners. Some of us just are on a slower path than others. It doesn't mean we're not going to get there, but our path may be a little slower than others, and that's okay. It has to be okay. What's the alternative, right? So keep at it. Try those 5 tips. See what works for you. Comment below what is working for you to keep the bookings, to get more bookings, to somehow communicate more with parents. Share below. We all can learn from each other on this one. And let's see where this ride takes us. All right. Thanks so much for checking this out. Subscribe and like if you will. And I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.